Medusa. The name alone evokes fear and fascination, a blend of dread and curiosity that has persisted through the ages. She is a figure shrouded in myth and terror, a monster from the depths of Greek mythology, whose story has been told and retold countless times. Medusa is best known as a Gorgon, a fearsome creature with snakes for hair and a gaze that could turn men to stone, a power that made her both feared and revered. But her story, like many Greek myths, is one of tragedy, transformation, and the enduring power of ancient stories that continue to captivate us. Medusa's tale is not just a monster story, it is a complex narrative woven with themes of punishment, revenge, and redemption. It is a cautionary tale about the wrath of the gods, the consequences of beauty, and the courage of heroes who dared to confront the unknown. Her image continues to resonate through the ages, appearing in art, literature, and popular culture, symbolizing various aspects of human experience. To understand Medusa, we must delve into the rich tapestry of Greek mythology and unravel the threads of her story, exploring the deeper meanings behind her myth. This essay explores the myth of Medusa, delving into her origins, her powers, and her enduring legacy that has left an indelible mark on history. It examines her transformation, her encounter with Perseus, and the symbolic interpretations of her image, which have evolved over time. We will see how Medusa's story continues to fascinate and inspire, challenging us to look beyond the monstrous facade and understand the woman behind the myth, a figure who embodies both horror and humanity. Medusa's story begins not as a monster but as a beautiful maiden. She was one of 3 Gorgon sisters, the only one born mortal. Her beauty, particularly her hair, was legendary, captivating all who beheld her. However, this beauty would prove to be her downfall. The goddess Athena, known for her wisdom and warfare, played a pivotal role in Medusa's fate. As the story goes, Poseidon, the god of the sea, was overcome by lust for Medusa. He raped her in Athena's temple, a sacrilegious act that enraged the goddess. Athena, unable to directly punish Poseidon, directed her wrath towards Medusa. She transformed the beautiful maiden into a hideous monster. Medusa's once lustrous hair was turned into venomous snakes, her skin turned green and scaly, and her eyes gained the power to petrify anyone who dared look upon them. Medusa's transformation rendered her a terrifying spectacle. Gone was the beautiful maiden, replaced by a monstrous being. Her most striking feature was her hair, no longer soft tresses but a writhing mass of venomous snakes. These snakes, constantly hissing and swaying, added to her fearsome appearance. Her skin, once smooth and fair, became green and scaly, resembling that of a serpent. Her eyes, once gentle and inviting, now burned with a terrible power. Anyone who met her gaze was instantly turned to stone, their body frozen in a state of perpetual horror. But Medusa's powers were more than just her petrifying gaze. She was incredibly strong and swift, a formidable opponent even without her deadly stare. Some accounts also describe her as having large fangs, sharp claws, and wings that allowed her to swoop down on unsuspecting victims. Medusa's reign of terror, however, was destined to end. Her petrifying gaze had turned many to stone, but her time was running out. The hero Perseus, son of Zeus, was tasked with the perilous quest of slaying the Gorgon. This mission was fraught with danger, but Perseus was undeterred. This quest was not driven by a desire for personal glory, but rather by a command from King Polydectes, who desired Perseus out of the way so he could force his attentions on Perseus's mother, Danae. The king's sinister motives added a layer of urgency to Perseus's mission. Perseus, aided by the gods, set out on his perilous journey. His resolve was unwavering, and he knew that the gods were watching over him. Athena, still harboring resentment towards Medusa, provided Perseus with a reflective bronze shield. This shield was not just a weapon, but a tool of strategy. Hermes, the messenger god, gifted him with winged sandals for speed, and a sword sharp enough to decapitate the Gorgon. These divine gifts were essential for his success. Perseus, using his cunning and divine gifts, managed to approach Medusa without making direct eye contact. His heart pounded, but he remained focused. He used the reflection in Athena's shield to guide his movements, eventually finding an opening and decapitating the Gorgon with a single swift stroke. The battle was intense, but Perseus's precision was unmatched. From Medusa's severed neck sprang forth her 2 children, Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, a giant with a golden sword. This miraculous event marked the end of Medusa's terror and the beginning of new legends. Beyond the serpent's stare, the symbolism of Medusa. Medusa's story is more than just a thrilling monster tale, it is a complex narrative that has captivated the human imagination for centuries. It's rich in symbolism, offering various interpretations and sparking debate among scholars for centuries. Each layer of her story reveals deeper meanings and insights into ancient Greek culture and societal norms. One prominent interpretation views Medusa as a victim of male aggression and divine punishment. This perspective sheds light on the darker aspects of mythological narratives. Her rape by Poseidon, followed by Athena's curse, raises questions about victim blaming and the complex relationship between power and punishment in Greek mythology. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about justice and retribution. Another interpretation focuses on Medusa's monstrous appearance. Her transformation into a creature of horror is laden with symbolic meaning. Her snake-covered head, petrifying gaze, and overall grotesque form can be seen as symbolic of female rage and the power of women to both allure and terrify. This duality makes her a fascinating figure in feminist interpretations. Her ability to turn men to stone can be interpreted as a metaphor for the fear of female power and the desire to control it. This fear is a recurring theme in many mythologies and cultural narratives. Furthermore, Medusa's head, even in death, retained its petrifying power. This enduring aspect of her myth adds another layer of complexity to her story. Perseus used it to defeat his enemies, highlighting the enduring nature of fear and the potential for even a victim's remains to be exploited for power. This utilization of Medusa's head underscores the persistent influence of her myth. This raises questions about the legacy of trauma and the ways in which victims can be further utilized even after death. Medusa's story continues to resonate, prompting us to reflect on the enduring impact of myth and symbolism in our own lives. The enduring image Medusa's legacy in art and culture. Medusa's image, instantly recognizable and deeply symbolic, has transcended her mythical origins to permeate art, literature, and popular culture for centuries. From ancient Greek pottery depicting her fearsome visage to Renaissance sculptures capturing her tragic beauty, Medusa has served as a muse for artists across various mediums. In literature, she has been reimagined and reinterpreted, often serving as a symbol of feminine rage, monstrous beauty, or the consequences of the male gaze. Writers and poets have explored her story through different lenses, giving voice to her silenced narrative and challenging traditional interpretations of the myth. In contemporary culture, Medusa continues to appear in films, television shows, video games, and fashion. Her image adorns everything from jewelry to tattoos, often reclaimed as a symbol of female empowerment, protection, and the fight against oppression. A monster misunderstood, reclaiming Medusa's narrative. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to reclaim Medusa's story and reinterpret her image. Feminist scholars and artists have challenged the traditional portrayal of Medusa as a monstrous villain, highlighting the injustice of her punishment and the patriarchal structures that led to her demise. They argue that Medusa was a victim of male violence and divine wrath, punished not for her actions but for the transgression of a male god. Her transformation into a monster, rather than a reflection of her true nature, becomes a symbol of the ways in which women are demonized and punished for the actions of men. This reinterpretation of Medusa's story resonates with contemporary audiences, particularly in light of ongoing conversations about sexual assault, victim blaming, and the fight for gender equality. Medusa's image, once a symbol of terror and monstrosity, is being reclaimed as a symbol of female empowerment and resistance against patriarchal oppression. From ancient Greece to the modern world, Medusa's timeless allure. Medusa's story, despite originating in ancient Greece, continues to resonate with audiences across cultures and through centuries. Her tale, filled with tragedy, transformation, and the complexities of human nature, offers timeless lessons about power, justice, and the enduring power of myth. Her image, once used to ward off evil and instill fear, has been reappropriated as a symbol of strength, resilience, and the fight against oppression. Medusa's story, once silenced and demonized, is now being retold with empathy and understanding, giving voice to a victim of circumstance and challenging us to confront the monsters within our own society. From ancient temples to modern-day protests, Medusa's presence is undeniable. She serves as a reminder of the power of myth to reflect and challenge societal norms, prompting us to question traditional narratives and seek a deeper understanding of the stories we tell and the figures we revere or revile. Conclusion: the undying myth of Medusa. The myth of Medusa, like all enduring myths, transcends time and culture. It offers a glimpse into the ancient world, its beliefs, fears, and aspirations. Medusa's story is a cautionary tale, a tragedy, and a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. Her image, once a symbol of terror, has been reinterpreted and reclaimed, becoming a symbol of female empowerment and the fight against injustice. Medusa's legacy is a testament to the fluidity of myths, their ability to evolve and adapt to reflect the changing values and perspectives of each generation. As we continue to grapple with issues of power, gender, and justice, Medusa's story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of questioning narratives, challenging assumptions, and seeking understanding beyond surface appearances. For in the heart of the Gorgon, we find not just a monster, but a mirror reflecting the complexities of our own humanity.